There you go.
I was fine until we were just about ready to go on air.
I want your wife to like me. I'll try to do nice things.
It's a beautiful. Don't forget you can check us out every Monday right here on free admission. Also, don't forget you can go to onthemat.com, check out all the latest information, videos. They got a bunch of stuff up there with Rafael Lovato Jr., who's got a big fight coming up in Bellator real soon, so make sure you check that out, as well as myluckygi.com for the people who got to see the little spot that we did with Miguel and the Lucky Gi. Got to check that out. We're currently working on the one for Dando right now, but Robert's still editing and getting all that stuff together, so you got to make sure you check that out. So,
yes, sir.
Sitting directamente to my left, Dando's in this chair today. We got Miguel in the producer spot today. Yep. He'll be taking all your questions and everything. If you want to write in, make sure you do, because sitting directamente to my right, took a little while to get him here because this man is so big. We talk about working hard in this business. I don't think there's anybody that works harder than Jovany Varela. So here he is, finally in studio. Jovany Varela, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing very good.
A lot of people ask me, because we had Marvin in here and we had him. It was probably maybe four episodes ago or something like that. And everybody said, "Well, when are you going to get Jovany in there?" Whatever. I said, it's not like he doesn't have anything else going on, because you got so much going on. But we're going to talk about that, because not only did I want to talk a little bit about Marvin when he was here, because I want to talk a little bit about that Sambo championship that you guys did in Vegas, because I was very
it's intriguing, man.
Yeah, the rules to me were pretty complex. I'm not too familiar with them, so there was a lot of things I didn't understand. So now that we got Jovany here, we can ask him.
I want to ask Jovany why he looks so young. He looks like he's Marvin's brother.
Before we get into that, what's going on? Are you getting ready for competition or what?
Yes, I'm gonna fight the IBJF Nogi Worlds in December.
Oh, okay.
So I'm working on my weight and that.
Yeah, how much you weigh now?
178, 80 kilos.
Goodness. And when did you start at?
245.
Really?
So
what? I need to know the secret.
So no tacos de carnitas?
No.
Or?
You're losing it. I'm finding it.
I cancel all the Mexican comida, tacos, tortas, tequila.
But wait a minute, because we're gonna get into it, because I follow Jovany on Facebook, and you went to the Churrasco or whatever in Torrance and not too long ago.
Churrascaria.
So you have beef over there? Or?
Salad, it's hard. It's really hard.
There's no way. If I'm going to go over there, I'm going to do damage. But anyways, and of course, we got Robert over there getting us in and out. Of course, nothing will be possible if we didn't have him. So make sure you check out Gym Crashers. We did a pretty cool episode over there at Affliction. He's still putting that together. Got Russ Mira coming up first, right?
Yep.
So be looking for that.
Subfighter BJJ.
Yeah. Gym Crashers for sure, man. The one at Affliction, we were probably there for maybe 4 or 5 hours.
We did our time.
A bunch of stuff over there, so you want to make sure and check that out. And since we got Jovany Varela here, we're talking about going over to his place. He's got a huge, what would you call it? What did I put down here for that? It was the big anniversary celebration.
Anniversary celebration. I call it super training and barbecue.
Ah, perfect.
Barbecue.
I mean, barbecue itself is.
You had me at barbecue,
especially everybody here. So we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna get into all that stuff, because I got so much to talk about. But of course, got to do the news first. Last week we had Aaron Morro in here, and we were giving our picks. And I gave Aaron a hard time, because I'm like, man, she goes, oh, Rose Namajunas is going to do this. And I was like, man.
I didn't think so.
I was like, man, go on with that, man. And
I just didn't think so.
I was like, you got to be kidding me. But I got to tell you, when we go to Vegas, when Sergio and I used to go to Vegas, when I would see an underdog, I would say, well, this guy's got a chance. You know?
Yeah.
So I'll put, if it's a huge underdog and I think he's got a chance, I'll put some money on it.
Smart.
You could have won some serious money if you could. Well, the only one, I don't know why, but they had Jorge St. Pierre as the favorite in that fight, which turned out to be good.
Because people love him.
But I don't think anybody picked Rose Namajunas or TJ Dillashaw, maybe TJ or whatever to win.
I think TJ was a 50-50.
So people could have won some money. So we'll go over them in order first, especially since we have Jovany here. The first one, Over St. Preux, we talked about that too. It seems like he should have been on the main card.
I look forward to seeing
that.
OSP. You know what I mean?
You
Maybe
know-
that's why, because we had GSP, OSP, people.
Yeah, they didn't want too
know.
many St. Preux in
Too
there.
many SPs in there.
But you know, he came out. That dude's dangerous. Not only has he
PP.
submitted a lot of people with the Von Flute choke.
Yep, that's his thing.
But you know, dude's got power, man. He hit him with that left foot, knocked him right out. He had a loss. That right there, it seems like that dude's in the top 10 or whatever.
Yeah.
What he lost, they dropped him down, and he just proved that.
Yeah,
you
I
know,
was very
you gotta keep
surprised to have him
top
in
10.
the undercard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a name, right? He's a household name now. Come on.
Yeah. So but the heavyweight division itself, you know, pretty much leaves a lot to be desired. I think Over St. Preux is money.
Yeah.
If they put him up there, so who do you think's next for him?
I'd just like to see him get a good matchup,
Because the only people that have any sort of relevance, really, well, Stipe is the champ.
Cain
but
Velasquez and
Well, we haven't
Junior
heard from
Dos
Kane in
Anjos.
so long, but you got Fabricio Verdun
Junior.
and them, so it's got to be one of those guys. So,
Yeah.
well, you got what's the guy from Holland, the big
The big man from Holland
The big
is
man from Holland.
He's gonna fight
Ngannou.
what's his name?
he's gonna fight Ngannou. Miguel, help us out.
What's the Overeem? Yes,
Alistair
yes,
Overeem.
Alistair.
So maybe the winner of that fight.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that would be a good fight right there. So I see big things for that guy in the future because the dude's got power, man. No substitute for power. So that was pretty cool. If you didn't get the pay-per-view, at least you got to see that on the prelims. So then Paul Costa fought Johnny Hendricks, and we were talking about that before you got here. This dude, Paul Costa, I had never heard of him. I mean, I don't
Somebody
know if he fought-
test that man.
But dude, that
Jeez.
dude was in
That
shape.
dude was
But when you-
ridiculously jacked.
And
Johnny
when you-
was not himself either, right?
Well, when you look at him, this dude looked in shape, you know, ready to go. And you look at Johnny Hendricks, the dude looked like he just got off the couch.
And he has a
Yeah,
hard
that's
time
true.
making weight, right?
I mean, me personally, to me, it doesn't seem like he wants it anymore. It seems like he's just staying
He lost, what, 3 in a row?
3 in a
now?
row. But
Oh
not
yeah,
even,
he just
like-
wants to freaking drink gravy, dude. That's
not
it.
even close decisions. It just seems like he doesn't want it anymore. But he went over to Jackson Winklejohn to try to better himself. I don't know if you know.
There was
that
no
made a big
evidence of
difference.
that.
Yeah,
There was none.
So I think he's done. What do you think?
Well, he definitely has a skill level and has shown it to us over the years that he can compete with the best. However, we've seen him on the decline, and then the inability to make weight, that's a very unprofessional thing, and it happens over and over and over. So
very
what else
true.
is going on?
Yeah.
Is it psychological? Is there something in his head that's stopping him?
Well, we'll
Because
pose
you
that
want
question-
something, you
yeah.
go for it.
We'll pose that question to Jovany. You think he's burnt out or whatever, or do you think it's just not there anymore?
You know, let me tell you, it's hard to come back from one loss. And this guy has 3 in a row.
Right.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's going to be hard for him to recover if he doesn't get cut after this
Right.
fight. You know?
That's true.
How much you want to bet he's going to end up in Bellator?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
And I bet you because Bellator will probably let him make more money.
Right.
He'll probably start making weight
Well, when
and
we
start
had-
winning some fights.
Maybe it's motivation,
Maybe
right?
some sort of incentive or
Yeah,
whatever. So,
yeah.
Well,
Did
this
you
guy-
also notice, what was it? Was it the guy? Paul
Costa?
Yeah. Did you notice a gigantic something on his back?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. I mean, the dude was huge, man. I mean, I don't know, you know.
Well, he also had a monstrous ringworm or staff.
Something was going
something
on there,
back
and
there.
they've been kind of overlooking that stuff.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, I know they don't want to stop the fight from going on because they
yeah.
got money invested, but they need to. Dana White, keep an eye on that, man. Come on.
Yeah, put some
Yeah, we
cream
don't
on
want-
there.
We don't want people
You know,
coming
those
in.
two guys, Johnny and Costa, they look like they were in 2 different divisions. You know?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
I
yeah.
agree. The Paul Costa looked like a world beater,
Yeah.
and it showed. He didn't come out there and kind of lay an egg for.
Yeah.
He went right after him and made no bones about it. Dude looks good, man. I see a pretty good future for that guy.
I didn't see any wrestling from Johnny Hendricks, and normally we see takedown attempts that are at least well put together and set up. He didn't. He fell to the ground one time.
Right. Well, when he was backing him up towards the cage,
Yeah.
instead of shooting, he was trying to throw punches like Vanderlei.
They were not set up
Yeah,
at all.
and
He
he-
fell
yeah,
one time
I think
because
the pressure
he
that he was
himself.
getting from Costa didn't give him a
too
chance
much. Yeah.
to set
Yeah,
up
he
his
was on top of
wrestling.
him big
Right,
time.
right. Yeah, no, absolutely. Maybe he didn't prepare for that kind of thing.
I agree.
But that type of wrestler that he is, he can usually see his openings, and he
Yes.
didn't. So he's missing something. There's
Yeah,
definitely something gone.
Something, right? Maybe he
There's
needs
no
to
fire
make-
there.
I see a lot of Henry Cejudo's brother now with a lot of different people. So maybe he needs to go with him and go back to his wrestling or whatever.
You know, someone was telling me that after Johnny losing 2 fights in a row, they were looking for someone easy. And a guy who has only 10 fights might look easy, but one thing that they overlook, the guy's undefeated in 10 fights,
Yeah, 10,
That's
10
something.
undefeated fights.
He came in shape. He knew that was his shot, so he was coming to do damage. So I thought he looked really good. It's going to be interesting. Now that we know who he is, it's going to be interesting to see where he goes from there. Now, I don't remember your pick, but I had Jorge Masvidal winning the 3-round unanimous when I had my pick.
I didn't pick, but
But
I picked Masvidal.
Yeah, me too.
I
I thought I was the only one. But
That's Stephen Thompson. First of all, that was another good example of how big that cage is. He
Wonder
was
Boy.
able to move,
Yep.
and stay away from him, hit him with the few shots. The third round, Masvidal went for broke and was starting to come after him a little bit.
Tried to.
Kind of close the distance, but it still wasn't enough
Yep.
for him to do it. I don't think that fight hurts either one of them. Even though Masvidal lost, he's still,
he's still a
tough
viable
dude.
player.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
he didn't take too much punishment, so I still think that he's going to be
he
relevant.
looked good.
Yeah, but Stephen Thompson he kind of reminds me of like when Lyoto, when he first came into the mix,
It's
standing
that
that
same
karate
stance.
style and kind of waiting and then countering or whatever. So, but he's already fought Woodley twice. He's a draw and then he lost a split decision. So, I mean, he won. You think they're going to give him a rematch after? Because Woodley's looking for a super fight. He's tired of these guys making all this money
I don't see it
and not
happening.
getting it. So, yeah. So what's next for either one of them?
I think that's the challenge with the UFC, that we're getting to a point where they have to find some
Right.
new blood.
Masvidal can go for another good fight, but I don't think Wonderboy deserves a title shot after this.
Not yet.
The way
Not
he looked,
yet.
you know.
Right.
I was very surprised that one of the judges gave him 30-26. You know?
Yes. I don't know what they were watching on that one.
Yeah, who
or
knows?
whatever. And I might have given Masvidal the third round.
Okay.
Because he went after him. You know what I mean?
He
Go
turned
ahead,
it on.
Miguel.
The switch went on.
At most, he had the third round, but I honestly picked. Well, I picked Masvidal, but I thought
Wonder
Wonderboy
Boy's
picked him
performance.
apart all 3 rounds.
Especially after, Cerrone had nothing for him.
Yeah.
For Masvidal. So I thought for sure it was going to be
Oh, yeah,
similar.
I was-
Yeah.
Personally, I had Masvidal winning 29-28 after the fight when the one of the judges announced that 30-26. I didn't even want to say anything.
Yeah, I don't get that. So, but good fight.
Unanimous.
Not too bad at all. I don't think it's going to hurt either one of them. They're still going to be relevant in that top 10.
Well, if you're going to lose, you go out fighting, and Masvidal did that, right? He
Right.
brought his game. It may not have been his A game, but he brought some tenacity, and he was just outgunned.
I agree, Robert.
Yeah, well, the good thing is that there's Masvidal still at number 4th rank, right?
Yep.
And the people above him, still he hasn't fought. Robbie Lawler and Kobe Covington.
There's room to grow.
So there's fights for both Wonder Boy and him. Wonder Boy can fight Covington and Robbie Lawler.
Right.
So both of them can go at it.
Well,
so.
that division is pretty stacked. I mean, they're going to be, and everybody's gunning for Woodley, but I think Woodley wants some sort of super fight because he sees all these other guys making all that money. So we'll see. Believe me, now I see why, what's his name, Silva went on to bigger things because Sean Shelby, I wonder how it is to go in that office and go, well, like how we're talking, I don't know if Dana goes, well, let's do this or whatever. Who knows,
Yeah.
That's
If you
a
get
tough
that
job.
opportunity, right?
Yeah, that's a very tough
It's
job.
a transition.
Then we get into the main stuff.
It was
Joanna
good.
Jędrzejczyk, to me, looked like a world beater. I mean, the Muay Thai skills, everything was there. We'll take it around the horn. Do you think it was overconfidence or do you think she just got caught? Let's take it to our guest first. What do you think?
You talk about Namajunas?
Joanna Jędrzejczyk and
I think that
Namajunas.
Joanna totally underestimated her.
I think so.
She was trying to bully her, and according to her, it was just another night in her job, and she was just celebrate about breaking the record, her personal record, or matching Ronda's record. She took it too light, And I think after the first 2 minutes in the octagon, she realized her mistake.
Yeah, exactly. Well, she actually came on. Did you guys watch the after show?
No,
Post-fight show?
I saw bits and pieces of it, like clips on
she
Instagram
came
or whatever.
On. You could tell she had been crying.
Yeah, that's
for
true.
a while.
Well, they actually showed her in the back when she started
Yeah.
crying. Like she realized that the cameras were on.
I
She's
saw
like,
that.
But to me, I think it's going to make her even worse. I think she's going to get the rematch, and I think she'll come focused, and I think she'll do some damage. I don't know.
I agree.
Now Majora's look good, but I think
I might bet
Jędrzejczyk's
against her.
way too much for her.
I might bet against
Against
her.
Joanna?
Yeah, now that I see how Namajunas put her game plan together. That was strategic. That was well planned out, and maybe it's Pat Barry.
Could be,
but
but
I think this time
She just
Joanna
got caught.
will not underestimate
no,
her.
not at all. Yeah, she's too. Her Muay Thai is just
I
on
think that
another
we
level.
can agree that Joanna is better than what she showed this
I think
time.
so too, man. I think she just got caught. It took her lightly, and that's it. I think she's gonna come
I
back
think she
even
took
worse.
her lightly,
I think
but
if you just get caught, you don't get so exposed. I think she lit her up the whole round.
Well, don't
she did
forget,
drop her like 3 times.
Yeah,
Well,
so
including the
getting
knockout,
caught is
she did drop her
just
like
getting
3
caught,
times.
but
yeah.
she
Yeah,
kept
don't forget
attacking.
one punch can change everything. You know, after
That's
one
true,
point,
yeah, yeah.
you'll
That's
never
for
be
sure.
the same. You know?
She was a
That's
broken
true.
person at that
I
point.
think.
Yeah.
Well, props to Namajunas for a good game plan.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I
you
just
have
think
an insight on that one?
give her the. I think she. What made me mad is when T.J. Dillashaw beat Henan Barao, and they made it seem like, oh, that was a fluke, and they gave him an instant rematch, and he would beat him up worse the second time.
Worse,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I think
People thought
it's gonna-
Henan Morale was something other than he was.
Yeah, I
at
think
that
it's
time.
going to be the same for
Miguel had a
Joanna.
pin, though.
I think they're going to give her a rematch, and I think it's going to be a totally different ball game. Robert, what do you think?
I don't think so. I think the Henan Barao TJ Dillashaw is different
Oh yeah,
because I believe that Henan Barao might have been already past his time because once somebody's already talking about the weight cuts hard and they want to do it, they're thinking of 145.
Right.
That means they're having a hard time getting to go through that camp, cutting that weight and getting there. So that's a lot to be said. TJ Dillashaw up and coming, still building, moved camps, Ludwig, different type of training, getting his own style together, kind of like what's his name, Dominic Cruz, more
Yeah.
of that style. The difference between JJ is I think JJ's still in prime.
Right.
I think she's in prime. She was flat. If you watch the snap on her jab, it wasn't there. She looked. And the problem is, like, I think she underestimated the striking portion because everybody in the whole world thought the only way Namajunas was going to win was by submission and
Right.
scramble. Like I said, scramble.
yeah, that's what I thought. I
that's
thought
what-
she was going to try to close the distance and take her down.
That's her best option is scramble.
Mm-hmm.
Scramble, bad position, submission. That's because Johanna's takedown defense is amazing.
Right.
I mean, she's got
Her
legit
pop-up
takedown.
defense.
Yeah, I mean, all of it.
And I don't know, maybe that short hair is a wind reduction thing, and she's a lot quicker
You
or
never know.
something. Who knows? You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
I
It
mean-
just when Joe Rogan was interviewing her, Luis was with me, and he was going, "Is that her brother?" Is that they look like
But I mean, she's fought all the toughest competition, JJ, right? And then now you got Namajunas coming in, who hasn't been the most consistent.
Well-
Gets right there and then loses. Gets right there and then loses again. And all of them were not like amazing striking. She hasn't shown the kind of power that happened tonight. So I think she was.
Well, I think the
flat.
person that's probably going to be the happiest or is the happiest right now is Carla Esparza. Because she's
that's what
probably thinking,
wanna
I
see.
beat Namajunas. I think I can beat her because I don't think she wants any part of Joanna. But you can't count her out. You can't count. She's got to get the rematch, right?
Oh, definitely. That's what Dana said in the interview. She deserves the rematch
course.
after all she has done in the division. You know?
Yeah.
Yep. And if she doesn't, I would love to see Carla Esparza again.
Yeah.
I think Cookie Monster is pretty awesome, but I'm kind of biased because, she's been at Long Beach Fight Night. I was there
Yeah.
at a pro eval at our
Yep.
dojo, so
Well-
I've seen her like on the mat firsthand before pro.
Plus, you got the Ultimate Fighters at the 125 division now, too. They're trying to see who they're going to make the champ from there. Once they do, you might see a lot of people moving up, and you might see a lot of people moving down. So that's going to open up that whole division or whatever. So it's interesting to see. By the way, I might need to switch sports and start covering something like Lucha Libre because I had Christina Marks as my dark horse pick, and she got armbarred at 1 minute and 32 seconds of the first round of the Ultimate Fighter. So that whole 125-pound division is going to shake things up. What's her name? Looked pretty good. The girl with the glasses, the jiu-jitsu girl that won the first round. That came. What's her name? That was with Ronda. Trains in Las Vegas. Doesn't look
trying
like a
to think.
fighter.
That looks like
Roxanne
Modafari. Modafari, yeah.
Yeah, she looks. Now that girl went back to the drawing board and is coming back. She's. I don't want to say lucky, but she gets to go against the 15th seed.
She has the most
or whatever,
experience.
since she won.
Oh, yeah.
I think everything's kind of
Well,
lining
second.
up for her, and I think she might. But then you see somebody like her, if Joanna comes up, that's going to be, I think she'll kill Roxanne
yeah.
Modafari, man.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a huge, that's a whole, I think it's going to shake up
Roxanne
that
doesn't
whole
have the
division.
aggression.
Now, a quick
No.
question.
It
before
didn't
we-
seem like she has that.
yeah, like Killer Instinct or something. Just
Yeah.
not there. But before we move on, do they have a separate matchmaker? Don't they have a separate matchmaker for the women's lower weight division and men's lower weight division? Because I know Sean Shelby, I think he does from like 155 up, right?
That's how I understand it.
I do not know.
Okay.
I don't.
Well, Robert, as producer, get on it, buddy. Let's see what's going on because I'll make
Google it.
I'll make a public service announcement right now and start doing some matchup like I do for Sean
Oh, yeah,
Shelby.
you could do
so
that, right? Yeah.
let me know because I'll hook it up. Yeah, let me know. So, anyways, that's cool. That's gonna shake up the whole division. I think she's gonna get a rematch. I think she's gonna kill Namajunas on the next one.
So
we'll see
everybody
what happens.
sees Joanna coming back.
I do. Well,
And
take
coming
it around.
back quickly?
You do too, right, Jovany?
Oh, definitely.
What about you?
No, I want to see Rose win again.
Okay.
You know,
Miguel?
but
I would also like to see Rose win again.
Oh my God! so
I got JJ. I got JJ on the comeback.
Yeah, thank you, Robert.
Did you have JJ coming into this, though?
you,
I did.
You never know. I also had Anderson Silva winning her the rematch with Weideman. And,
Yeah,
you saw what
that's for
happened.
sure.
But you know who
So
knows?
maybe her leg
But,
breaks in half.
You know, yeah. So Dillashaw against Gallbrandt, they're already talking about T.J. Dillashaw's already calling out Demetrius Johnson. He says he wants to beat Demetrius Johnson.
There's
I think
something-
he's doing that because I think he knows that's the money fight.
Yeah, but
And
did
he
you hear
said
what?
he can make weight, no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you hear what Mighty Mouse said about it though?
What'd he say?
Go ahead and fight somebody else at 125 first. Make sure you can make weight. Make sure you're up to par. Why would he want to fight TJ without him qualifying at first? Because he needs to get that next win.
But that's a big money fight, though,
Yeah,
right?
but now,
will be,
now
eventually.
there's no excuse because now it will be champion versus champion.
Right. Right. Just like Connor.
It's not going to happen. They're going to make him
You
fight
don't
someone
thi-
else
you don't
first.
think so? I think I'll make a prediction
gonna
right here.
fight
I
Mighty
think
Mouse?
that they'll put that fight with Mighty Mouse
He
before
won't
they give
take it.
Garbrandt the
He won't
decision.
take it. He won't take it. He doesn't have to take it. There's no reason to take it. He wants that next win.
Oh, there's a big reason.
Money.
Yeah,
It's
plus
money.
he's already cleaned out the
Money.
division. Who's
Yeah,
left
but
for him?
If he wants to go for his legacy, he won't take it, you know.
He
But
won't take
money-wise,
it
he should
because
take
of
it.
legacy.
Yeah.
It's because if GSP didn't come back and win, then Mighty Mouse would have took the fight.
Right.
But now the fact that GSP went back and took that title like record,
Yes.
now he's
But-
got to think
That-
about it
that's
again.
But
true.
besides, the only person I see that can give him a run for his money is maybe Henry Cejudo, because that guy's really improving, or whatever. But other than that, in that division, who's left? He already cleaned it out, right? So it's
I
got to be
agree.
the money fight.
Yeah, gotta be the money fight.
Yeah.
But don't forget, Henry Cejudo didn't look good at all, you know, when he fought.
When he fought
Demetrius.
Demetrius, but his last two fights, he's looked a lot better.
Yeah, definitely.
But-
do you know those guys? They're not as
Oh,
close as.
But going up
as good
against
as
Demetrius,
yeah.
that's a whole
Yeah.
different story, man. So that opens it wide up. I personally think he's going to take that money fight. I think he's going
I
to
don't
sit
think
there
he
and say
will.
that, but I think he's going to end up taking that money fight
We'll
to
see.
hit
Real
it
quick-
while
real
it's
We can all
hot.
bet on
Go ahead,
that
Miguel.
one too.
Real quick, Fabi, just
We can bet waters for
a little
all
off
over the
top
place.
or going off topic here. Mick Maynard and Sean Shelby look like the two.
Okay, so I think Mick
Matchmakers.
Maynard does the lower division for women and the lower division for
I believe
men,
so.
if I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
I believe that they broke it up. So what's his name?
Mick Maynard.
Mick Maynard. Let's make that fight. Let's give Joanna the rematch because she deserves it. And then if Rose can beat her, then we'll bring up Carla. She's gonna fight pretty soon too, Keno.
Yep.
Yeah. So, hey
December.
man, it's not like the guy doesn't have a good job or whatever. There's plenty of talent for him to pick from.
Yep.
So I think that's gonna keep him going. Go ahead, Robert. You want to say something real quick?
Yeah, just on that, back to the Demetrius Johnson fight.
Uh-huh.
The problem is, I don't like you said. He has nowhere to fight, nowhere to go. He has some choices, but Dana White is pretty sick of him already.
Right.
And it's either you're gonna sit on the sideline and make no money, or you're gonna fight.
Exactly.
And that's what's gonna happen.
And-
I don't think he has a choice.
And everybody gets old, and sooner or later, everybody figures out your style. That's happened to everybody. Sooner or later, somebody's going to figure out that style and give them a hard time. I don't know if it's going to happen in the near future, but eventually, right?
Yes, and also, you know, I agree. Now that GSP came back, that puts a lot of
Yeah.
pressure on Demetrius Johnson because he was thinking everything about his record. Now GSP jumps in out of nowhere.
Right.
It's a totally different story. So now he got to do something about it. You know?
Yeah. I think he should take that fight. So let me, real quick. Demetrius, go and take the fight, man. I mean, just get it while
It
you
makes it
can.
interesting. I'll say that it would
Yeah.
be a good fight to watch. I still think he's not
People
going
will
to do
pay
it.
money to see it. That's the thing.
If I was Demetrius Johnson, I'd move up. I'd fight for TJ Dillashaw's belt.
Right.
Yeah, it's that
Right.
way he wouldn't be risking his own.
Right.
You know,
exactly.
Smart move.
Exactly. And if he wins, then he's got two
You
belts
might
and
have
he'd
just
be
called
a
it.
world beater. So, but if you're going to pay $60, by the way, my wife called to get the pay-per-view that morning, and the automated teller system on DirecTV wasn't working, so they put her to an operator and they charged an extra $5 because you talked to an operator. So that is ridiculous. So DirecTV, what's up, man? I've been a customer for 12 years, dude. And I ordered the pay-per-view. And they even said on the thing, well, we see you've ordered the pay-per-view quite a few times. But unfortunately, this is not, so we have to charge you $5. So $65 for your pay-per-view. Now, if I'm putting out $65, I want to see T.J. Dillashaw against Demetrius Johnson, and I want to see Joanna in a rematch, and maybe Uriah come out of retirement to fight somebody or something, because I want my money's worth. Because that's what Uriah all of a sudden saying he wants to come out of retirement to fight T.J. Dillashaw. So now everybody's coming out of the woodworks.
That I'd like to watch.
I think it would be a
I
good
think
fight.
you'll wipe
but
the floor with him.
I think as much as I like Uriah, I think TJ's going to smash him or whatever. You think he's past his prime?
I don't think so.
No,
Uriah?
No, Uriah's
not
still
yet,
got
not
it.
yet.
Oh, plus he's always training. I mean, the dude's never out of shape.
I think that it was more a mental issue with Uriah. He lost a few fights.
Yeah.
And then same thing as we were talking. With John Hendricks. But I think he still has it.
Yeah, well, the dude's always never out of shape. He's always training. He still
Yep.
stays somewhat on a diet or whatever. So
He's got some road miles on him, but
It'd
he's
be
young.
interesting, yeah. I mean, when Jose Aldo kicks your legs into oblivion and you can come back from that, you're a tough dude.
Well, they're removing blood clots, right?
Jose Aldo is a scary
That's-
guy.
Oh, dude. I mean, I remember watching that fight like it was yesterday. I could not believe that he lasted that long because Jose was even like, oh, dude, just stop, man. He's like, no, I'm okay. And then his Muay Thai coach was, what's his name? Tong? Is it Tong or whatever?
It was Bang at the time, right?
Yeah. No. It was the other guy.
Master Tong.
Yeah. And he was just telling him, he get in the corner and he go, okay, just go, or whatever. And
That's
the
a
rest like,
dangerous
"Well,
place to be.
I'm trying.
You
yeah.
know,
Not only just the abuse, but the blood clots can
Yeah.
break loose.
Jose Aldo came to my academy, and we're taking some picture, and I tell him, you know what? Let's get serious and let's do a face-off. We do a face-off. When he got serious, I told him, man, you're scary. His face totally changed. He got too serious with me.
He's got the fish hook,
Yeah, another one to add it to the mix. Don't count him out. I know Frankie Edgar and them are fighting and all that, but you can't count that dude. Now, real quick before we get into the main event, you're here or live. Don't forget free admission. Just put free admission in your little search engine or whatever. It comes up on the YouTube. It comes up real quick. Miguel, give those our YouTube site and our Facebook and the other one. What's the other one? that we do?
YouTube is just go under free admission. You'll find us right away. Instagram, full contact
Instagram.
fun addicts.
That's right. FUN Addicts.
Yes.
Yep. Like it, follow. That's right. And Mr. Varela here, one of your guys, Mr. Lorenzo Davis, says he wants John Jones back. I don't know about that.
Come on, he's been tainted.
Hey, it's a shame, man.
He's a good fighter. He's a good fighter.
You
You
guys
gotta
gotta
give him
get
fighter,
credit.
but,
together, man.
hey,
You know,
it is what it is.
Daniel Cormier
They're
will
sniffing that
never
creatine.
be considered one of the best until he beats
true.
him. I mean, because
Oh, yeah.
that dude's got his number. John Jones has his number. So, yeah, man, I'd like to see
He
him
also
back too, man.
never mind. I was
Yeah,
gonna
I
crack a
know.
joke.
We can get
He
into
also
a lot
has
of-
other numbers,
a
but
lot of different subjects
Has
with him, but
has that
you know,
penalty been announced?
I
What is
don't
he?
even know. What is he? Is he banned for life?
I
or
don't
what?
think he's
No,
banned
no,
for
no,
life.
He's not banned for life. And you know what? Let's not forget that John Jones, in reality, nobody has beat him. He has one loss by disqualification.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
so
that doesn't
the-
count.
He was
12 o'clock elbows.
Yeah, no, he
Matt Hamill?
he beat him
He
already.
was beating Matt Hamill.
Yeah.
matter what.
Yeah, he was already done anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, but let me suck on some coca leaf all afternoon and see what happens.
Yeah.
Well,
That's right.
hey, man, everybody's got
You know?
demons, but come on, John,
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
go, man. Everybody's getting older, so you ain't got much time. So let's do it. Let's.
I came across an article a while back. I don't remember, but I did read that they were thinking of giving him quite a few years off, if you would, as
Possibly
Yeah,
for
I heard 4
punishment.
years.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
What does that put him at? 25? How old is he?
No, he'll be in his mid 30s by then, right?
I think so. I think he's like either 28, 29,
Yeah.
something like
I
that.
think so.
that. Yeah. Well, come on, man. Come on, let's go.
That's
We-
still
we
not
need you-
that old.
We need you out there, man.
So
especially
he
before
might be
you get
coming
too
back at what? At 32?
Yeah.
Not
He still
bad.
has a few,
Yeah,
a
that's
few
a
fights
long
to make
time,
a
If
man.
he
million.
takes care of himself, that won't be bad. Lay off that stuff.
Bisping's
Yeah.
38 or whatever, so they got plenty of
Lay
time.
off the
Wait,
Viagra.
Bisping looks 58.
The only thing about that is a 4-year layoff is how much mental concentration do you have to train yourself to get better for 4 years waiting around to fight.
GSP did it.
Get in the right camp.
Well, GSP's different though. He didn't get you know
And
what
he
I
does-
mean?
Oh yeah,
Booted
yeah.
out,
GSP
right?
doesn't have the same kind of problem that
Yeah,
John
and he
has,
does
yeah.
a lot of because I see him all the time when we go to King of the Cage in Albuquerque. He's always with Diego and those fighters over there helping them out and stuff. So he's still in the loop. It's not like he just completely leaves. So you know,
I
we'll
mean,
see
where
what
does the
happens.
money? Oh, I mean, I guess he's taking care of money wise. Maybe that long.
I think he's okay.
I mean, maybe
well,
another.
who knows? Because drugs cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
It was his
And that's how
birthday
people
right
lose their
before that
fortune,
fight.
yeah.
It was his birthday right before the fight. How much
Yeah.
does it take to say, hey, champ, you know, this will get out of your system in 3-4 days?
And if you have money, then
Right?
then it's
How long does
easier, I
that stuff
think.
stay in your system, Robert?
Yeah. And you know, plus
Not
these
30
kids
days.
are getting older. You know, they're going to start getting involved in sports. He's going to be, you know, getting hit. And I think he's going to straighten out. We'll see. But real
He
quick,
should have straightened out the first time. What do you mean?
I mean, dude,
What are you talking about?
Can you do? What can you do?
What do you mean, what can you do? He's not
He-
going to straighten out.
I mean, but if he didn't straighten out, who's going to go tell him? I'm not going to go tell him go straighten out.
No, I mean,
Well, isn't the first slap on the wrist enough? You got to go back for seconds? You
Who
got to be
knows?
kidding me.
but here's another thing I want to ask you guys though.
If you're trying to be a world champion,
he got busted for cocaine, and
Yeah.
he's also been accused of multiple times of doing
Of the
you know,
steroids.
steroids,
Right.
right? Even Chael Sonnen said that he hid under the ring for like 6 hours and urinated himself because he was hiding from USADA or something like that. That's one of the stories that Chael said. He's heard of. This is a while back. So
Chael
Who
was
was
never the
hiding?
dominant person that John Bones
Jones.
was.
So no, it's just talking about just the steroids and just him hiding and before he got caught, and even when Chael was to fight him, he brought the Coke can out before everybody knew John Jones was doing Coke. So there's all these different things that Chael knew about John Jones that he never came out and said, but he
That's a
alluded
gentleman,
to.
by the way. I respect that.
But my question is,
You
if
know?
someone has been taking steroids this whole time, is that a mental thing as well as a physical?
Like a crutch?
Yeah.
Right. Like if you're not,
If I don't have my
you're-
coffee in the morning, I ain't working out.
Could
Yeah,
be.
so-
Could be. Who
does
knows?
that say something to his the true heart? Maybe he only has heart because he's got all this extra stuff in him, and when you don't have it, then
I think
you
a
question
lot of
yourself.
athletes are that way. Period.
Could be. I mean, you know, maybe we need to make a Gym Crashers run over to Jackson Winklejohn and find out for ourselves.
He's gonna
I
beat
think
me
we
up.
should send Dondo, and he can pose those questions directly to him.
And you'll see me
and
running,
find out-
running like a
find out
sloth
exactly
as the
what-
cheetah.
You'll
He
see
is
send,
after me.
You can't send Miguel because Miguel go to go, hey, which problem? You know what I mean? And then we'll never get the answer.
You'll see us running to the forest of Bolivia.
Exactly. We'll see what happens. But anyways, great fights.
Start
I know
the plane.
Everybody knows George came back 4-year layoff. He looked pretty good. Looked a little heavy to me. I don't know.
He
you
looked
know,
chunky.
If it's all protein and creatine.
I think
or
he
whatever,
looks like
who
Matt
knows?
Serra.
It's all pasta.
I love Matt Serra. He's
It's
my
all
idol.
pasta.
It leaves a lot to be desired. But anyway, so we'll look forward to that. But real quick for the people listeners, don't forget you're here. You have Full Contact Fun Addicts. Make sure you check us out every Monday. We're usually here from 8 to 9. Usually run a little bit late because just like now, we get to talking and it just takes off. So make sure you check us out. Don't forget you can also go to onthemat.com. Make sure you check that out. Got all the latest videos and information and stuff up there. You want to get some new gis or get some new equipment, check that out. As well as myluckygee.com. Make sure you check that out. Miguel and Dondo got their new gis.
Beautiful geese.
I didn't get one because when you get choked out by an 8-year-old girl, they don't give you a new gi. So I got to wait to up my game. And of course, we got Jovany Varela here. Special guest today. Been wanting to get him in here for a while, so I want to make sure I give him enough time. I got a lot to talk to you about. I'm gonna start from the top, but real quick for the people listening to us, if you want to go check out the Anaconda Academy, it's at 821 Gardena Boulevard in Western Gardena. You said
821 North, 821 West Gardena. Boulevard.
West Gardena Boulevard. So make sure you go check it out. It's got a big thing coming up. It's going to be the big anniversary celebration. It's Sunday, November 26th. It's going to be from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Now, the last one you had, I remember Kimo Leopoldo was there, Gokor was there, a whole bunch of people were there. So it's going to be something pretty similar, right?
Oh yes, yes.
Be a very
definitely.
busy day.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Last time we had about 20 black belts in the mat, and
Jesus.
it started from 11 a.m. and it finished until 9 p.m. So this time I cut it to 7 p.m.
Oh, my
because it
goodness.
was way too much. We had so many guys coming and train, so many black belts. I tried to give an opportunity to every black belt to show a couple of techniques, but it was impossible.
Yeah.
Too many black belts. So this time, I even posted on the Judo Federation website, Jiu-Jitsu Federation website. So, I'm expecting more people now, but this time we'll try to make it more organized in a shorter time,
You're a little
11
more
to 7.
prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
awesome. I mean, you can. What more can you? Now, it said $5 donation or.
Yes, because last time we had barbecue, we had carne asada, hot dogs, hamburgers. I bought 220 bottles of water and they
A
just
la
disappear.
máquina.
So it was a lot of expense. So this time, some people they were donating $10, $20. So I said no, not that much. So this time I just made it $5 for everybody.
Yeah.
But confirm I already have Felipe Verdun from Verdun Combat Team.
Hey.
I have Gokor. Kimo Leopoldo again, some guy from different teams, even a team from Mexico is coming, so it's gonna be good. It's
Well,
gonna
if the
be a
team
good
from
event.
Mexico coming, there goes all the carne asada right there.
Yeah.
So we
Maybe
make
they'll
There goes
bring
Fabi right
Yeah.
there.
Maybe they'll bring some.
Oh, you guys gotta come. That day is gonna be
Maybe,
good.
Oh, yeah,
maybe
we're
they'll
going.
kill a goat.
That's right.
That's a
Kill a
perfect
goat,
day
yeah.
to take gym crashers down there because
That's
there's going to
right.
be so many people, which we've been wanting to go down there.
Exciting.
Yeah, we can. That I think that's going to be huge. So we're
And the
definitely gonna
event
check
is
it
from
out.
11 to 7. What people do, they come, train 1 hour, 2 hours. They eat some barbecue, take a shower, and leave. Normally,
I love it.
like
Yeah.
brand new.
Yeah.
Perfect. Hey, so we're definitely going to check that out. Don't forget, it's Sunday, November 26th. It's going to be from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. I follow Jovany, and he's always putting all the information and stuff up there, so you can check that out on his Facebook. Any other sort of social media they can check that out on, or just Facebook?
Yeah, Facebook, Instagram, or my website, Jovany.com.
Yeah, Joe, I keep forgetting about
That's
that.
a good one.
Yeah,
Giovanni
it's
got
straight
time.
and simple.
Yeah.
Yep.
Make sure you check that out. We'll be there for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
we're definitely gonna go check that out. I don't know if I'll be able to be there all day because if I have too much carne asada, I'm gonna have to take a nap. So hopefully there's enough mat space. so
I'll
I can
bring the
take a
truck
nap.
with a
Yeah.
mattress on the back.
Well, we could take Robert's van.
Oh, yes, the
and
space
go in
shuttle.
there. So real quick before we get into talking a bunch of different things, when we had Marvin in here, it was just like fully enlightening, right? I mean, we talked a lot about sambo and jiu-jitsu and the different. When I first went to your academy that you had in Bellflower, we talked about that too because you said, you know what, the way we train when we go to a competition, all we need to do is know the rules. Once we know the rules, we can adapt or whatever and go from there. When I saw after Marvin left, I saw the sambo. You were actually filming a lot of live stuff over there. He fought this dude that he had to be like 280 pounds, big old dude.
He's the world champion from last year from I think that country is called Kazakhstan or something like that.
And he got him in a leg lock.
Yeah, knee bar.
And he tapped him.
Yeah, the thing is that we didn't even know who his first fight was going to be. We got to the event and they tell him that guy is going to be his first fight. And Marvin is 6 feet. The guy was probably like 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah.
And I told Marvin, you know what? That guy's a world champion. Go and have fun, So don't worry about it. So he went and, after a couple of, probably like minute and a half, Marvin did a rolling knee bar and even the event
coordinator?
director, he was
Yeah.
very surprised.
I saw that.
And, he came and talked to us. I said, "Wow, I'm very
He
impressed
walked
with
over
Marvin."
there to you and talked to you. I saw that.
It was a great event, and I'm very happy. Not every day you have a chance to beat a guy who's a world champion in sambo, and beat him so easy in his own game. Because we're not only training sambo. We train sambo, judo, jiu-jitsu. So like you mentioned, we train everything. We mix it, and we just go to an event, either judo, jiu-jitsu, sambo. We just ask, okay, what are the rules
Right.
today?
And then just adapt to the
Sports
rules.
sambo don't allow chokes. Jiu-jitsu don't allow heel hooks. Judo nowadays, they don't allow any attacks to the legs if you're going to grab him. So, but I teach my guys everything.
Right.
Just feel free to fight. And once we go to the event, I always give a talk to the guys. Okay, guys, don't forget in this event, no chokes, or this event, no legs, But it's like when you're teaching your kid a new language, there's no way you're going to tell him, okay, these and these words, you can't use them. No, you got to let them learn everything, you know?
Right.
And then the kid needs to know where he can use those words,
That's
know?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
it
a
makes
good
sense.
philosophy.
It makes sense, but it was just it was amazing because it was so different when we put up Marvin's, some of the clips because traditional jiu-jitsu in the gi, they're trying to either shoot the leg or grab the collar or maybe pull him into the guard or
Sure.
whatever. The dude kept shooting and he did it probably 3 or 4 times. And kept trying to shoot his leg. He would step in and grab the belt and boom, bácatelas, and kept flipping him right over.
Leverage.
Exactly. So it just goes to when we were talking. I was saying it must just be second nature because
Yeah.
you've been doing it for so long that you see it and you just take it.
As I tell my guys, judo for jiu-jitsu or jiu-jitsu for judo. When you have a good judo base and you go to jiu-jitsu tournament, you will decide when the fight goes to the ground
Right.
because you have a strong base. So if the guy has a good jiu-jitsu, you beat him standing. If the guy has a good judo, then you take him to the ground and finish him,
Right. Yeah, it makes sense. Well, no wonder everybody knows what to do because they when you train like that, there's nothing that comes unexpected. You know what to do. So that was great. Now you just came back from the World Jiu-Jitsu Championships that were at the Long Beach Pyramid, right?
Yes, that's
so
right.
how many people did you have fighting over there?
23.
Híjole, 23.
Jesus.
How was you know? How
It's
do
a
you
crew.
keep track? You must be all over the place.
You know, it's a crazy day because I was also translating for the deaf community, you know, because I took 5 guys that are deaf. And Joao Silva, the president of the Sport Jiu-Jitsu International Federation,
Yeah.
he asked me to translate for all the deaf people who was competing in that event. So it was a crazy day because I had to translate for the deaf, then go talk Portuguese to the guy, talk English to the guy, talk to a Mexican team, you know, so it was a very
Spanish.
crazy day, yeah.
Well, they should be, man. He should be
Yeah.
making 100,000 for that.
That's right.
event
No, it was
doing
for free,
much.
you know.
Híjole.
You know,
Joao-
but we did good. Out of the 23 guys that we took, everybody made it to the podium, either first, second, or third place. So it was a great event.
Nice.
yeah.
And I saw the kids too. One of your granddaughters.
Yeah,
so it was kids' day too.
Yes, it was Saturday and Sunday, and Marvin's daughter, my granddaughter,
Right.
she finished all her opponents. You know,
Well, she
so-
was here when you
uh-huh.
came, and she is a beast. I mean, she
She's an amazing young lady in that she has a lot of confidence for her age.
exactly.
And,
Yes.
and really shows that. She can
I
talk
have,
to
I have
adults.
a daughter that is 4 years old. That she's fearless.
Really?
She goes and fight, you know, and you know it was a good day because my other daughter that is 10, she also won her division, so she became world champion. And I was talking to her because in front of everybody, she asked me something that she shouldn't ask me in public. She's supposed to ask me, private.
course.
No, she has that little girl. You know, she has 2 girls in her division, and she goes and she tells me, you know, in Spanish, she tells me, should I kill her quick or play around? You know?
Oh, she's very direct.
You know, and people was around, they just gave me a look. I said, don't tell me those kind of things, you know, because they're going to think that I'm teaching her the wrong thing.
Yeah.
You know, but in Spanish, when you say it in Spanish, it doesn't sound that bad. She tells me, no, la mato rápido o juego. You know, but in English, it's a different meaning.
Sure.
You know?
Well, that's so. Let's say she's doing so well or whatever. Let's say she wants to be the next Ronda. She wants to get in MMA. Do you kind of say, well, look, why don't we just stick to this, or do you say, look, if that's what you want, let's do it?
I'll support her, you know. I'll support her,
Yeah.
definitely, you know. I mean, I did it, so why
Yeah.
can't they do it, you know?
Yeah.
Well, she's on the right track. I mean, but I guess when they're there all the time and they see it and they're just constantly there, they get used to it, and then it's like a
Second
for lack-
nature, you know.
For lack of a better term, like a dinastía de familia.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? It's the family dynasty, so they're already used to it. Well, the proof is there. They're already. I think we asked Barman, you guys have a separate room to keep all the trophies, or what?
You know, my own family comes and visits me, and they say that is boring because, you know, they come to my house, you know, and the whole family, all my daughters and everybody, we just watching fights, you know,
Yeah,
or videos, or we're studying another guy's fights, you know, and I go visit my family and they're watching novelas, you know. You know, so it's different environment, you know. But
Yeah, yeah.
for us, it just comes, you know, second nature. We're used to it, you know.
Yeah, that's amazing. But not only that we're talking about taking time and helping translate with the deaf and all that stuff. So you also went to the General Assembly for the International Jiu-Jitsu Federation.
Yes, that was held.
And was that to learn all the new rules, or what all that entail?
You know, it was held on Tuesday and Wednesday, and it was to talk about the existing rules and also make new rules.
Right.
You know, so some of the new rules that Sport Jiu-Jitsu International Federation is having now, as an option, you can use a rash guard under your gi.
Oh, uh-huh.
You know, no other federation was allowing anything under your gi. But they were talking about some guys, you know, because of religious beliefs, or sometimes the guys, they have a lot of tattoos they don't want to show,
Sure.
or sometimes hairy guys or
Yeah.
sweaty guys.
Hairy.
I'm all for that one.
So
Yeah.
it's an option of the athlete if they want to wear a rash.
Yeah.
You know, it's something that is good. Same thing as, you know, Middle Eastern women. You know, now they're allowed to wear the cover in their hair. You know.
Yeah.
So those things are good. And also
progress.
another of the changes they did is anybody under 30 years old, their fight will be 6 minutes long. Anybody over 30 will be 5 minutes long. But if within that time frame the fight has no points, it will be into golden points, sudden death, which has no time limit.
Got it.
You know, other federations, after the time limit is over, the referee will decide who wins.
Yeah.
But there's always talk, you know, the referee has a good relationship with the team, or doesn't like this team.
There's always
So
that.
Nowadays,
All the time, yeah.
you know,
Politics.
nowadays it's gonna go to sudden death, golden point. Everybody will be a witness, and they will see who wins or who didn't. You know?
Yeah.
Got it.
yeah.
So make it more transparent. You know.
And
Yeah,
makes a big
it should
difference
be.
with no time limit. Somebody's eventually.
Well,
gonna get tired.
ultimately, you know, in the three, jiu-jitsu, judo, sambo, you want to finish,
Right.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
I don't
Right.
want points.
So
Yeah.
do they have all you guys, and do you take it to a vote, or they just tell you this is what we're thinking, this is what
Oh
it's
no,
gonna
no, no!
be?
Everybody voted.
Uh-huh.
You know, because we have the continental federations, then we have different countries representatives, and in the assembly. And I'm very glad because during this assembly, Honduras was recognized as a country with a Jiu-Jitsu federation now. So I got to vote. And my vote was, I agreed with allowing the rush guards and allowing the idea of the golden point, no referee decision.
Yeah.
So I'm very glad because for the last 2-3 years I was struggling to have Honduras recognize Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu because their government was telling me, what is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for? We already have Japanese Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah.
So, after 2-3 years, finally we recognize, as a country with an official Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Federation.
Yeah.
So it's been a good year for my team, And
I can see where politically it would be kind of strange. However, they did develop jiu-jitsu to what it is versus what the Japanese art was.
Yeah, but nowadays rules are different.
You know what? And now jiu-jitsu is different.
Yeah.
And very rarely do I see the word Brazilian before jiu-jitsu anymore.
Yeah.
Right?
It's
It's developing again and changing.
Sense. It makes sense. Well, you have to keep up with the times, right?
Well, Jovany alone, they're incorporating sambo, they're incorporating judo, incorporating wrestling. They adapt, they change, it grows, and it's no longer probably what you may think it was when you called it BJJ, right?
Yeah.
That's true.
So it's something different now.
Makes a big difference. So, I'm sorry, real quick. You said Gokor's going to be there when you have your thing go there? Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't seen that dude in a long time.
And,
No,
and
no,
by
I
the
love
way,
it.
I want to say hello to my professor, Gokor Shivishan, and Thiago Reinaldo, my jiu-jitsu professor.
Awesome. So they'll both be there, too.
Oh, yes, they will be there for sure.
It would be an honor to see Gokor throw either Miguel or Dando.
You can throw Dando.
I'm in.
Unfortunately,
If you
I
could
just
throw this sack
I'm
of
recovering
potatoes,
from hip
throw
surgery,
it.
so I would do
Unless
it.
it's on.
Let me tell you, the last event, I had a lot of black belts teaching, and by the time Gokor teach maybe like 3 techniques, everybody sit down, and even the black belts enjoyed his teaching. Gokor. So
Does he still do those? Real quick, can you go to YouTube, Robert, and put up that one highest stand where he did it for Budo videos, Gokor? Just real quick, I just like to see that part where he's flipping everybody towards the end. Does he still do those big seminars and stuff like that?
Yeah.
He used to be called something Retreat, Paradise
Paradise
Warrior Retreat.
Yeah,
And he had
exactly.
Bas Rutten there and all that. Is he
big
still
names.
doing those?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, Gokor is leaving. I think it's going to be April. He'll be doing what he calls the European tour. Every year, he lives for 40 days and he visits 10 countries.
Days?
Yeah, 40 days, 10 countries.
A la
Europe,
máquina.
yeah, it's called the European tour.
That's 4 days in each country, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes we wake up and we're not
Where
sure
we
what
at?
country we are.
You don't have to put the European money or whatever. Hey, but the proof is there. I always refer to people to that yellow one right there.
Yeah, that's cool.
Robert, because when people see that, they go, "Oh my God," because they're not so familiar with incorporating the judo into the jiu-jitsu. Because it comes out with Gene LaBelle first saying, as far as teaching or whatever, there's nobody better than Gokor Chavikian or whatever, and it goes into the thing. So I always refer people to that because they say, "Well, I never heard of Gokor." When we had Gokor on years ago, it was 2003, I think, and he brought Manny Camburian. And he said,
They're all part of that crew.
I will be at a tournament and watching, and there was a guy sitting next to me that had a Gokor shirt on, and somebody asked him, "Hey, you know Gokor or whatever?" And he goes, "Yeah, I train with Gokor." He goes, and I had never seen this kid in my life. He said, but they were trying to. What happened? When you're ready, go for it. Just you can let it run while we're
Play
still
it through.
talking.
Play it through.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. You could just let it run while we're talking, just so that people see Gokor flipping people or whatever. So.
Nowadays, with so many affiliated academies, it's hard for you to know everybody that represents your team. Like yesterday they had in the Long Beach Pyramid, they had the Kids International. So I went there with some kids from the academy. But then I was surprised to see the list that 3:57 p.m., I had a guy from Mexico and a guy from Peru fighting, representing my team, and I never seen those guys.
Wow.
Oh, but they train under the.
Yeah,
Honduras banner?
no, they're affiliated to my team, the
Anaconda.
competition
okay.
team.
Wow.
One from Mexico,
Wow.
one from Peru.
Yeah.
And I was very happy. The guy won his division, but I never seen that guy,
Yeah.
And I bet you that if I go there and congratulate him, he doesn't know who I am.
Who are you?
And he's fighting for my team.
I don't know if this kid volunteered or if Gokor chose him or whatever, but he was taking some serious judo tosses and stuff. And the one where he goes, and then I just put my elbow like this, and he digs it in and he taps him.
Look at
taps
that.
him out really quick
The
on
guy
that.
with the white shirt is Ken Hart.
Oh, is that who it? Oh,
Yeah, Kenny Hart.
see right there.
Kenny has a lot of heart.
Yeah, he has a
Yeah.
lot of heart to be there.
Yeah.
Real quick, Mr. Lorenzo Davis posed a question. His question is, what age do you think a child should get started in jiu-jitsu?
Personally, I think 3 years old is
3
perfect.
years old?
Wow.
Yeah, my daughter is 4 years old, and she's been doing it since she was like 8 months old. You know, she started crawling in the tatami, and I'm not kidding. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
And she's 4 years old now, and she has won maybe like 8 tournaments. You know, in like the last tournament she had last month, they didn't have anybody in 4 years old division, so I put her to fight the 6 years old division, boys and girls. You know, and I was a happy daddy that day. You know? As a matter of fact, in my Facebook, I still have her picture in the background. You know?
I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. So that's just a seminar he was doing, not just the Paradise Warrior Retreat, right?
Yeah,
It
that
looked
was
it
a
on that
seminar.
one. Yeah, that was amazing. But well, I'll pose this question to you because I had a lot of problems when I was coaching wrestling, and I. As much as I want to, I said, you know what, I can't teach the girls. They're on a different level. I can't, like the guys, I'm like, come on, man, you got to get it together. Because, like, after weigh-ins, they would go eat junk. I mean, they would go eat honey buns. And I tell them, dude, what are you doing, man? That's
honey buns,
slow you down or whatever. And they're like, coach, whatever. But you tell a girl that, it's a totally different story. They get kind of hurt or whatever, and it kind of brings them down. So I couldn't, so how do you make that happen?
To me, I think I'm already used to it. I have 5 daughters, you know.
Oh,
Oh no!
You speak their language.
They all train, you know. So
Yeah.
I'm used to it, you know.
Yeah.
But definitely the approach is different, you know, because girls are more sentimental. If I say something, they take it too personal, you know. So I try to make sure that in my academy everybody feels the same treatment, you know. Either boy, girls, or an adult or kids. So I treat everybody the same.
Fairness.
So I tell the girls, you know, once you step into the tatami, you're just another person. You're not a girl, you're not a boy, so you become the same.
You're
you
a
know?
jiu-jitsu judo practitioner.
Yeah, so I just treat everybody
Now,
the same, you know.
Have you been watching The Ultimate Fighter at all? The new
Yes.
one that's going on.
Yes.
Did you see when Lauren Murphy, she lost to Nico Montaña, and it was a huge upset. And she made no bones about it. She said, you know what, I trained, I was 100%, you know, I wasn't injured or anything. She just, you know, everything I did, she had an answer for. And she was just there. So she made no bones about that she lost fair and square. But the next day, she said, I don't want to go to practice. I need some time to myself. Can I just have 2 hours so that I can, you know, I just blew the biggest thing. And
whined about it.
Eddie Alvarez said, hey, look, man, first
Get
of
on
all,
the mat.
You're a veterana. You know, the girls kind of look up to you. So when you say, I'm not going, they kind of think, well, you know, well, why are we here or whatever? You're a leader. She said, I don't care. I just blew my biggest opportunity and I don't want to be there. And so he said, okay. Kind of left it at that. Then she didn't like that. And she did a whole thing saying, well, he doesn't know me and he doesn't, and the things he teaches me, I don't really need to know because I do this. And then the next week she says, I want to switch to another team.
That was unprofessional.
I don't like the way he is. I want to go to the other team.
Yeah, that's wrong.
I thought that was extremely wrong. I
It,
thought
it
she
didn't
should've-
convey a good message on television for the world to see. That's your attitude?
Yeah,
Come on.
as a leader,
right?
she should have said, look,
As an athlete.
But Eddie even told her. He said, look, you never know what's going to happen. You keep training, somebody gets hurt, you could be right back in there. You got to
Exactly.
come back the next day.
That's the
and
attitude
show
for
them, hey,
everything, not just fights, right?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
everything we
Everything,
do.
yeah.
Even though I
Everything.
lost, I got to keep going.
Get back up.
You know, I don't think she had any valid reason to switch teams, you know.
Yeah.
None.
You know, in jiu-jitsu world, she'll be called a creon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying. You know, Eddie tried to handle it or whatever, but he's like, well, go ahead and go.
Yeah, see you later.
whatever,
I hate
yeah.
to say it, but the world's full of them. You see them, right?
Oh yeah,
People
they're
that
everywhere.
switch teams, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
They're everywhere.
Right?
So
So much for loyalty. That's why loyalty is such a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
People that switch teams, man.
And if you're a professional,
Ain't
like
got
you're
no
saying
heart.
you are, then you'll say, okay, I don't particularly agree with it, but I'll take what he tells me, and when I get out there, I'll do my thing, and you know, I won't implement it if I don't have to or whatever, right?
You know, nobody is perfect, you know, and I think Eddie is doing a good job, but it doesn't mean he will be likable to everybody there, you know.
Mhm.
And you know, talking about switching teams, you know, I think it's all up here, you know.
Yeah.
I think she had a mental breakdown, and it took her longer than normal to recover.
Right.
Man, there's no need to switch teams. I've been with Gokor since '91.
That's right.
You
I
know,
like
since
that.
'91, and I'm proud to represent Gokor.
Yeah.
As you
Of
can
course,
see here.
yeah.
You know, so it doesn't mean that he's perfect. You know,
Sure.
no, there's nobody perfect, but you know, like you said, loyalty is something that you gotta show and you gotta give to your students if you want to
character.
get it back. You know,
That's your character.
Right.
You're telling
Yeah.
people who you are.
Right. It's
And-
not just a team; it's like a family.
You know, when I came to Gokor back in '91, not even Gokor spoke English.
Hmm.
You know, I was
Oh,
the
wow.
only Hispanic guy there.
Mhm.
You know, and then I used to tell the guys, you know, you want to fight? Nobody spoke English in that academy. I had to learn and tell the guys, hey, Akper, usumes kapunes. I had to learn some Armenian to be able to train with them.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm still there. I still
Yeah.
enjoy going to Hayastan after, 28 years, you know?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So that girl switching teams, you know, that doesn't make her look good at all.
Doesn't make sense
No.
to me. You know, in
It
a
only
lot of
goes to
lessons,
show you the actual real kind of person she is,
Yeah.
too.
That's
Yeah.
a fact.
You
Like,
gotta suck it up and go, man.
But how
How
many
can you trust
lessons?
someone like that?
How
Like,
many
yeah,
lessons are
like
you
this-
taught that you don't learn until hindsight?
Mhm.
Because you take and you trust what people tell you that is your team, right?
Right.
You trust them, and then when you look back, thank you for telling me that I didn't see it, right?
Yeah, that's true.
We go through that a lot on this show because a lot of guys switch teams and they think,
Yeah.
well, this didn't happen for me, so I'm gonna go over here.
That doesn't make
or
any
whatever.
sense to me.
Yeah, and it kind of is like, man, after you've been with us from the beginning, you know that happens a lot, man. I
Yeah,
can't.
nowadays, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Which was a good example is when I was with Tap Out and Matt Serra was with Tap Out for a long time, and Charles was backing him and everything like that. And when he got that fight against St. Pierre, he switched over to Sprawl because Sprawl was offering a lot of money.
Yep.
And in that show, you see Charles was like, man, no problem, man. We're friends. Don't even worry about it. But he was really hurt. And he told us, he told Sergio and I, hey, man, I've been with you forever. And now that you're at the top, I can't be a part of it, you know,
Yeah.
or whatever. So
Yeah.
it does happen.
People
or
switch
whatever.
those
So,
seats when
yeah,
that
man.
happens too.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
It's amazing. But, hey,
But
man.
at the end of the day, oh well. See ya.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
So
You
smell
know
you
what?
later.
Go on and do your thing,
Yep.
man.
You meet the same people on the way up as you do on the way down,
So after
yeah.
all that, I mean,
That's very true.
right?
yeah,
It's
just
the
to,
same
So
people.
I'm saying, at the end of the day, hey, F you, see ya.
yeah, just to
You'll learn.
Yep.
just in 1 week following Jovany, doing so much. He went and took all the people to the Worlds and did all the stuff over there, and then he went to the big meeting, the General Assembly for the IBJJF, just
Huge.
all over the place. But
Is
then
that-
I saw you took one
It's
day.
JIF.
Yeah, you took 1 day for yourself and went to the Santa Monica Pier.
Yeah.
Now, did you go by yourself or you take the
No,
kids?
no,
or-
I took my kids, you know. I took my kids to have fun, you know, and they had an event, you know, from some private company. I don't want to say the name because
Yeah.
they don't deserve the advertising. But, you know, they advertise the price for $45. Once I get there, the entry is $175.
Whoa!
That's why I'm not gonna give them the free
Don't
advertising.
do it.
So I just took my kids around, you know, took some pictures,
Yeah,
go
'cause
go
once
to
you're
it.
there-
Yeah, and they tell me after 2 p.m. prices go back to normal. I said, okay, so we'll wait 2 hours. You know?
yeah, no problem.
Guess I'm gonna go get some tacos.
Where'd you
Yeah.
guys go eat over there?
You know, they have some they have a place there, you know. So we just ate some that fried fish. You know, it was good. You know.
Yeah, because when I go out there, I like to go to Venice to that Firehouse Cafe. You ever had the bodybuilders breakfast out there?
I haven't.
Oh, dude.
Not if
slam.
it involves meat. He didn't.
Yeah.
Nope.
I like to go there and then go over to Gold's Gym and look at some monsters
No, okay.
over there or whatever. Everybody walks around like that, you know, todo chingon like that.
Talk about switching teams, Favi.
Yeah.
Hey,
easy there.
hey, what I do off the air is my business.
That's right.
You don't judge me on that. But
Yeah.
anyways, talk a little bit about that. That's why it's good to have somebody like Jovany on here, not to talk about stuff like that, but to talk about, you know, because he's so busy and got so much going on,
Absolutely.
and is involved in the world of jiu-jitsu, judo, sambo. I mean, he doesn't just go teach it and goes home. He's going to these meetings. You know, he's doing a lot for
It's
the
a
sport
lifestyle.
and a lot for the country too. Marvin's the same way, man. That's all he talks about. You know, fucking Honduras and we said, and I got messages and all that after the show. When your country, Honduras, can call you and say, "Hey, look, this is coming up. Can you represent us in this?" Then you're a player. You know what I mean? Because I said, "Hey,
That's a beautiful thing.
Esquinapa Sinaloa isn't calling me and saying, "Hey, can you go compete over here?" So when you got something like
You're
that,
from Sinaloa?
Esquinapa Sinaloa.
I've been there.
Oh, it's-
you know,
it's a lot better now
You know, my
than before.
daughters are half Honduran, half Mexican. You know, from Sinaloa.
Yeah.
Their mother is from Sinaloa. So you know, many people ask. You know, they tell me surprised, man, why your kids are representing Honduras? They were born here. I say, yeah, but you know, I'm Honduran, and you know, I teach them, I train them. You know, so how many people represent the United States? Hundreds
million.
and hundreds.
Yeah.
you know?
Oh, yeah.
So how many
They'll
people
pay
represent
more than
from other
enough.
places.
Yeah.
How many people is
That's
representing Honduras?
Nothing
you know?
pure about that one.
I'm,
yeah.
I'm the only one who's putting our face, our team representing
Yeah.
Honduras. You know.
It's your blood. You
So-
should be able to do what you want.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you know.
Make a patch that says the roots.
That's your
Right.
blood, brother.
Yeah.
So I take my team. You know, my daughters that you know they're born here and they're happily representing Honduras. You know, so you know,
That's
I'm
right.
proud. You know, when I was living in Honduras, you were not allowed to wear the Honduran flag on your gi unless you were in the past or you are in the present part of the national team. So you had to really, really work hard to
You
be
gotta
part
earn
of the
it.
national team
Yeah.
in the present or in the past. Then you were allowed forever to wear your flag. So, I remember my times. It was hard. So now I teach my kids, Marvin too, to represent and love our country, our roots,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, I love America too, but, you can never forget where you came from.
Of course.
Yeah.
And again, like earlier, a lot of people forget that too.
Yeah,
You know?
That's why.
Yeah.
That's why I pull for him so much when the World Cup soccer comes or whatever. And my wife's like, "Well, why?" I go, "You know what? That's all they have, man.
That's all they have, yeah.
You know that they're so and the government actually pays for some people to come so that they have an audience when they go to Russia or Brazil or whatever. It's like that's all they have.
Yep.
So. That's why it's good. That's why you say, yeah, man, represent Honduras or whatever, and it works. But I got to tell you, man, since I've been doing this, since I've been in the world of MMA and stuff like that, I've seen people with passion, and I've seen people who kind of do it just to do it or
Sure.
whatever. And Jovany Varela is somebody who
Lives
has a
it.
passion for it and has had it for, 28 years or whatever.
Over 30 years already.
Well, because-
if I count my time in Honduras,
Yeah, yeah, it's still going. I mean,
You
a
know,
lot of people get burnt out, and they're like, "Yeah," and he's still going. Look, just follow him for 1 week, and
Yeah.
you'll see what I'm saying. He just does so much. Like you do more in 1 week than some people do in 6 months.
And one thing that many people don't know, I have a daytime job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had no idea. I was going to ask. I
Because
mean,
Marvin too works for the
Yeah,
school district.
yeah,
or whatever,
Marvin works for a school district as a computer technician. And, I'm a hardware engineer, computer hardware engineer, and that's what I do for a living every day, Nighttime, I go back to my passion,
Right.
jiu-jitsu, but it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard,
Yeah. But nowadays you have to with the economy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We gotta eat.
I've worked a full-time job for 22, 23 years.
We all still do.
That's why I never made it as a professional wrestler, because I had to work and put food on the table. And lucha libre, you make no money whatsoever. You
Not like I work
you
at
make
Walmart and
35
make no money.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
you
make
make no
$35 a match, and you're doing something. So, hey, well, for the people listening to us on free admission, it's good to have Jovany Varela on, man. I'm telling you, get your buns over there to check out the anniversary celebration. It's Sunday, November 26th. It's going to be from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., not 9 p.m. Okay, so get over there early. Like you said, if you want to come train, take a shower, take a nap, which I'll probably do,
And then eat?
check out check
Yep.
out the rest of it. Then you're good to go. So it's the Anaconda Academy. It's at 821 West Gardena Boulevard in the city of Gardena. You can check it out. Just go to jovany.com.
Yes, and you know what? That day, guaranteed, we'll have minimum 20 black belts. We'll have judo black belts, jiu-jitsu black belt, master of sambo, so it's a great opportunity for everybody to learn, because, I learn from them, they learn from me, we learn from each other.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a great event.
Robert, are we going to take, ¿cómo se llama the guy we took to Affliction?
Josh.
Are we going to take Josh? Okay.
Hey,
like
we'll,
how Robert
we'll have
speaks
Go-Kart
Spanish
chuck
now.
him around.
Oh,
that's-
perfect. I forgot
that's
all
him
about-
right there.
I
There you
forgot
go.
about Josh. Josh is somebody that Robert kind of has as a project. He's just a normal guy, and we're taking
Never trained before.
Yeah, we're
Just
taking
started.
the gym crashers to take the different classes to see if after a year how much he's improved or whatever. We took him to Affliction with us. He took the class. I think he almost threw up just during the warm-ups.
Yeah, he
Or
stopped
whatever.
quite a few times.
Yeah, he's pretty tall. Once they started working the arm locks and stuff, he was rude, so he was locking them on because he was so tall, very long limbs.
6'4".
He didn't get discouraged. At the end, we interviewed him. He said, "It's a lot more than I expected." He goes, "I'm just a normal guy, and it was way a lot more than I expected it to be." But he's not interested. He's motivated.
Yeah.
He wants to keep going. and
We'll
keep
be glad
trying.
to have him.
Yeah, so perfect. Yeah, so we'll definitely take him with us to check this out. Get him in one of the he doesn't have to worry about just taking one class. There's going to be a bunch of different stuff going on or whatever, so he can improve not only his jiu-jitsu skills but judo and sambo and stuff like that. So
like Robert said, he's a nice guy. And if you guys
Josh-
don't think so, throw him around a little
yeah,
bit.
no,
He'll
is,
straighten him out.
But he
Best way to learn is to get thrown.
Yep.
He just had an awakening. I mean, he didn't expect it at all. So we're definitely going to take him down there for Gym Crashers. We'll definitely take the cameras down there so we can get everything on tape. Have a good time. We're definitely going to be down there. So if you want to come down and check it out, not only all the classes that are going on, the barbecue. We'll be down there with the camera. It's going to be a whole day. So you want to make sure and check it out. So I'll give that address one more time. It's the big anniversary celebration. It's Sunday, November 26th from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. It's at the Anaconda Academy. It's at 821 West Gardena Boulevard in the city of Gardena. Now, if all this is going to start at 11 a.m., what time are you going to get there?
Oh, I'll be there since 9 a.m.
Yeah. Get everything ready and all that.
Yeah.
Now, who gets the job of running the barbecue?
Professor Rafael Hipólito.
Okay,
One of
perfect.
the black belt. He does the best picanha.
Oh, can you, so you can cue?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh,
I may
yeah.
have a picanha challenge for him though. 'Cause I
So-
can throw one together. Good.
Yeah, so what more can you ask for? You definitely got to go down there and go
We
check
also
it out.
have a good guy to cook. You know, Felipe Verdun. You know, he
Yeah.
does some really good picanha too. You know.
Very cool.
Man, that sounds great. I got to tell you, man, I've known Jovany for a while. This dude looks like he's in shape and he's ready to go. How
He looks like he's
Would-
25.
I know,
need to know the
I
secret.
didn't when I saw him coming out of the bathroom. I saw him. I didn't even recognize him at the beginning. I was like,
I gotta talk to
Who's this
Marvin.
kid walking in the hall? I thought
Marvin,
he was
was
coming
your
for the
dad
dance
younger than
classes.
you?
Yeah. Or whatever. So it just goes to show, hey man, when it comes time to do the thing, he goes all out. He's
Yep.
just not going to go out there and
He's the
just
man.
go do the thing. He's going to go give 100%. So we definitely look forward to that. So for the people listening to this, don't forget, make sure you go down and check out that big anniversary celebration. We're going to be there. And don't forget, we're here
Yep.
every Monday
Spread the word.
from 7 to 9. We're actually
Spread
running
it.
a little bit over. We're Mexican, so they'll throw us out of here real quick. So we got to make sure we get off the air. But we got Jovany with us, so they won't do nothing to us today, so we don't have to worry about it. So for the people listeners, don't forget, you can always go to onthemat.com, check out all the information over there, myluckygee.com. Miguel and Donda will both take their lucky geese down
Representing.
there to the Anaconda Academy so we can film everything
right.
over there. I'll take my gi if I'm 100%, which I highly doubt I will be because I'm coming off of surgery, but it will be an honor to be choked out by one of the daughters of of Marvin in the lucky gi, so we got to make sure we make that
That's
happen.
right.
Definitely get that on tape. So for the people listeners, make sure you're here next Monday. Make sure you go down, check out the big anniversary celebration. We'll see everybody here next Monday. Full Contact Fanatics. Don't forget. Oh, Gym Crashers
Gym
also.
Crashers
Don't
coming
forget Gym
at ya.
Crashers. We'll see you
Yep.
next Monday.
That's good. I really, I feel like Jovany has so much more though. We could just keep interviewing him.
Oh,
We
we
didn't-
could easily do 2
we gotta
hours.
get-
Easily. I didn't even get to Bellator because I wanted to make
Well,
sure
we gotta
You
get
know,
this- I wanna
time
get
went
this-
so fast. Now I
I
look at the
know.
time.